In this video, we're going to look at how to solve indices equations. So here you can see two examples of equations that we're going to solve. The common thing to note here is that there are unknowns on both sides of the equation. In the first one, we've got t, and we've got numbers 2, 4, and 8, which are of different bases. So when tackling indice equations, our aim is to get the left-hand side and right-hand side of the equation in the same form so that we can compare. The second thing that we should try and do is write down all the numbers in terms of the same base. E.g., for example, 4 times 2 to the power of x that we have here can be written as 2 squared times 2 to the power of x, and then we can use our indice laws to combine that and write it as 2 to the power of x plus 2 if we needed to. We also aim to get rid of any fractions by using indice laws, such as 1 over 2x, which can be written as 2 to the power of minus x. So let's take a look at the application of the theory here to this particular example. So we have 8 times 2 to the power of 2t. The first thing that we're going to do is write down all our numbers to the same base. So 8 can be written as 2 cubed times 2 to the power of 2t. And on the right hand side, we've got 2 to the power of 5t plus 1 all over, we're going to write that as 2 squared all to the power of minus t. Simplifying this further and then getting rid of the fractions will get it into the form where we've got 2 to the power of minus 2t times 2 to the power of 3 times 2 to the power of 2t on the left hand side, and on the right hand side we're left with 2 to the power of 5t plus 1. From here, we're going to start to collect like terms and simplify. So since we are multiplying all the terms on the left-hand side, that means we can add all the powers. So this will then simply become 2 to the power of minus 2t plus 3 plus 2t is equal to 2 to the power of 5t plus 1. Tidying this up further, we get 2 to the power of 3 is equal to 2 to the power of 5t plus 1. Now, since the left-hand side and the right-hand side are in the same format, i.e. a single base number to the power of something, and on the right-hand side we've got a single base number to the power of something, then we can establish that for these left-hand side and right-hand side, which are in equal forms, to be equal, then the powers must also be equal to each other. So we can then say that 3 must then be equal to 5t plus 1. And that's by simply looking at those powers, which must be equal since the bases are equal. So we solve this equation to get 2 is equal to 5t, and then 2 over 5 is equal to t is our solution to this indice equation. Here is another example of solving an indice equation. So as before, we're going to start by writing all the base numbers in terms of the same number. So we can see there are a couple of different base numbers. We've got 2 here, we've got 4 here, 2 here. So they can all be written in terms of 2. So we're going to write them all in terms of 2 first. 2 to the power of 3x plus 4 stays as it is. The 4 can be written as 2 squared, and the third, root 2, can be written as 2 to the power of half. We are then going to simplify by using our indice laws. So on the right hand side we have 2 to the power of 2 times 2 to the power of half. So here we're going to add the powers. So we get 2 to the power of 5 over 2. And on the left hand side we have 2 to the power of 3x plus 4. Now, one of our aim is to get it into the same form, which we have because the left-hand side has a single base number 2, and the right-hand side has a single base number, and those bases, since they're equal to each other, then that must mean that for this to be true, then the powers must also be equal to each other. So we can then form an equation using the powers, saying that 3x plus 4 must equal to 5 over 2. From here, we can start solving. We can multiply both sides of the equation by 2 to get rid of this messy looking fraction. So we end up with 6x plus 8 is equal to 5. And then we have 6x is equal to minus 3. And so x is equal to minus 3 over 6. In other words, x is equal to minus a half.